Welcome to DC Fan Gives Hope. I am trying to do a wee experiment on our page, DC Fan Gives Hope. There should be a live video someplace. We lost our signal, and what it is I want to know exactly how many people that either follow me on YouTube or Facebook is interested in the Snyder Cut. Now, as you may know, I have always been a fan of the Justice League, and I am a DC supporter first, and Zack Snyder fan second. But there's always that thing in the back of your mind wondering, how would it have been different? What was his vision? And the more you think about it, the more you want to see it. And I know there's people out there that don't believe and stuff like that, but those people that are close to Zack Snyder will say otherwise. Bloggers and so-called people that pretend to be in the know have said no, it doesn't work. Mark Hughes is one who was a defender of BVS. He's somehow turned cheek or something like that. I used to be friends with him. He's a wee bit temperamental. But people like Jay Olivia, who done most of the drawings for the storyboards, has said differently. And Warner Brothers themselves have not come out and said that it doesn't exist. So we're all hinging on the Comic-Con. And I said in my other video that it shouldn't be announced because we want to set up the excitement for the other films. And I said, no, we want it. We want all the excitement we can get. We want all the trust and the faith. We want Zack Snyder fans to mingle in with the DC fans who liked or disliked the previous films. We just want to see a film that was, and if it wasn't for Zack Snyder, we wouldn't get Justice League. He had a story arc for 7 films. Then he got crushed it down to a 2-part Justice League that got crushed down to a 1-part. And that got crushed down again. So for the fans out there, surely for those people that don't like Zack Snyder, you can see why fans want it. They just want that last chapter of a film that, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have this DCEU. So we're dying to find out. Now, of course, there's haters and there's bloggers, and I see this all the time. There's people that are very pissed off with Rian Johnson, the guy who basically destroyed Star Wars. Well, people that are annoyed that, you know, all many other Steven SD9 and stuff like that really didn't do well on Wonder Woman. But Boston Legal was brilliant. And then you got Zack Snyder who's lost a daughter, and who's a family man and everything else, and he gets hate. And what does he do? He spends time posting pictures of Justice League, of things that he shot. So you can tell that he's passionate and he loved the film that he was making. And the fact that there's still reason to believe he still hasn't seen it shows you how upset he is that he didn't manage to give people the film. Now, some of you as haters out there will probably thinking, well, I didn't want to see his film. But he wanted to show it to people that were interested, and films are divisive. This should be talked about. BVS is constantly still talked about just now. Hate it, love it. People talk about the Martha scene. It's out there in mythology. It's out there now. The same as life is like a box of chocolates, right? So that is out there, and most people get it. Some people don't. Some people would rather think, oh, it's different. But that is what films are meant to do. You're meant to leave the film talking about it. You know, and sometimes it takes more than the one viewing to know if you really liked it or really hate it. It happened to the last, to me, The Force Awakens happened once, and I knew I didn't like it. The Last Jedi, I think it took maybe a second time going until people realise it's different. It's so different. So to see all this hatred online, and I just honestly believe the world wasn't ready for this take on superheroes, because we've just been thrown into this Marvel universe and people thinking that's the way to make a hero movie. When it's not, and it shouldn't be. Movies should be different, should feel different. And I will always remember people walking away from BVS and Man of Steel, gobsmacked at the fact that they see these characters, Superman and Batman, complex and so many. They hadn't seen these characters portrayed in that way, and characters should be portrayed in every kind of aspect to make it new. And that's why I'll always defend Jared Leto as the Joker. We should have freshness to these characters. We should have some other artist coming in and doing something different with the character and new writers. It happens in comics every day. It happens with directors. And as I say, we now possibly we could have two different Batman, two different Jokers and whatnot, with these new two universes opening up. But Zack Snyder, who helped create this universe, right, made this film, and all the scene, and J. Olivia said he wrote scenes with Superman kicking ass. That's how he drew it, and all we got was like 4 punches and a blow. No innuendo there. And it's just, well, we know there's something out there. We got a lot of scenes with the moustache. So I asked myself, Joss Whedon, why there could have been hundreds of things he could have done to that film to change it, and most of the stuff he changed didn't need to. It didn't need to. Some people complained that he smiled a lot. He didn't smile. He smiled in BVS and he smiled in Man of Steel. But some people didn't get that. To me, he smiled too much. Especially when he's punching Steppenwolf. That, to me, is more evil. But I when I watch Justice League now, I just pretend, that I sort of know that is just them trying to pass off Superman as a positive figure. And that's why he's smiling. But I'd have liked a wee bit of realism as well. And if there is that version of realism out there, I'd like to see it. I don't want to wait as long as I did for Richard Donner's cut. So it's... And I think until somebody comes on stage and says Warner Brothers does not want to invest in producing this film to the masses, then everybody will be hoping and wishing and release the Snyder cut. I posted. I've scheduled it in. This is Saturday. I've scheduled it in for Sunday. ATM, or whatever that business it's took over Warner Brothers. One of the first questions they asked, or one of the first things they said, will you be releasing the Snyder cut? And it might have not been a real bit, but they responded, we'll look into it. There is such a fandom out there that's the only thing majority of people will be contacting Warner Brothers about, will be the Snyder cut. And I've said many times before as well, if Zack Snyder must know how the fans feel, must know by posting these pictures, he knows how hyped that we are. He's actually Zack Snyder is actually liking the popular YouTubers who mention about releasing the Snyder cut. He's liking it. Why is he liking it? Of course, for any artist to see somebody that's liking his stuff, of course he's going to tune in. Of course he's going to say, oh look, he's giving me a pat on the back. If somebody was making a video about me and giving me compliments, I would like it and follow him. It's just, that guy likes me, I'm going to follow him. So it's just, there's so many coincidentals. There's so many coincidental things that are happening, and I just want to get a feedback on my Facebook page. How many people are following that page, and how many people on YouTube want release the Snyder Cut? There are umpteen things out there just now. A girl called Fiona, she's releasing some sort of anniversary of all the previous DCU movies things, and there's a big shout out. The fans are relentless. They're not giving up. Do I think we will hear somebody saying, right, we're going to release the Snyder Cut at Comic-Con? I hope so. There is, if anything is to be announced, it should be at Comic-Con. If it doesn't, it won't stop us from saying it. But it's a trend that will continue until we get told no. So they can have all their people on Warner Brothers stage, and we will all get excited for the upcoming movies. But I doubt very much there'll be a day that goes by when somebody doesn't go up and asks or says, release the Snyder Cut. So please let us know on our Facebook page, on the live video, whatever, and just put in #release the Snyder Cut. It's easy to find. DC fan gives hope. And let's see you guys give the page and Snyder some hope. Thank you.